happy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a life crafted layout using the Cocoa Daisy Cactus Moon collection and this broken piece of acrylic from Color Cast Designs. Now, it didn't come that way. This little bugger here, he's naughty. And the other one's naughty too, and they just get into all my craft stuff, as you can see from that photo of him in my drawer as I was cleaning it out. So I'm going to do a layout about them being naughty. So I'm going to use the broken acrylic that they broke, and it's going to say noteworthy things I've kept alive. And then underneath that you can see it says a gardener's tale, but I'm going to cover that up with a different word bit so that it doesn't say anything about a gardening or a gardener's tale, so that it's really referenced to these cats who I continuously keep alive even though they are trouble. So I have that photo of the broken veneer that says no. I thought about doing a page that was like, these cats need to learn the meaning of the word no or something like that, but I really wanted to use the whole noteworthy piece of acrylic together. So I just thought it was amusing to use the broken acrylic on the page about him breaking the acrylic. I went with that instead. So I've got this all trimmed down, and it's going to be a nice big journal piece. I've been concentrating a lot on journaling this year, over the last couple of years really. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to nest in another purple acrylic piece to make sure that it's all like tied together, and also to fill in that little awkward space where I'm not really going to want to write. So the word bit that I covered it up with says feeling a little bit prickly today, which is going to be really great for incorporating all of this cactus motif into this page. It's all going to work together pretty well now. So I'm going to create a flip up with this photo with that card on the back that says kind of sweet, kind of savage. I was really saving that card for something that it would really work with, and I think that the theme of this page really works with that card. So it's going to open up, or when the flip opens up, it's going to open up to that sentiment that says kind of sweet, kind of savage. I'm using a cardstock hinge behind the paper that I put down. It's like a journal card that I put down just to matte that photo a little bit, so that it hangs a little lower than a perfect alignment with the photo above it, so that you can see that there's something underneath it. Now, when I put this together in my head, I'm feeling like it's a little bit awkward. There's all that empty space up at the top of the photo, so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put something up there. I like this super duper sentiment, but it's not very large, so I think I'm going to use it, but I'm also going to add in some of the washi tape from the Cactus Moon collection to give it a secondary pattern. And when I do that, it still looks a bit awkward. I mean, now there's just two patterns instead of one, but what I do later on down the line is really going to pull it together, and I really like the way that that portion of the page, actually this whole flip up, looks once I pull it all together. So I've got this divider here, and I'm looking through to see if there's anything that I want. I need a tab for the photo, so I'm going to use this adhesive tab, but I only have one, so I'm going to back it with a little scrap of cardstock, just so that it's not sticky on the other side. So I'm just going to take this strip of cardstock and I'm going to trim it around so that it is backed by that cardstock, and then I'm going to put this little tab that says brilliant on it. Brilliant. So I'm just being super snarky on this layout. I like snark. Snark is my love language, so it works. You know, I don't really, I'm not really that annoyed by the cat. It's not like it's the end of the world. It's just funny to me. So I'm going to put down this acrylic heart and make sure that that's where it needs to be so that I don't accidentally write underneath it. But I'm looking at this going, what is wrong here? Everything about this is bugging me. So I'm going to get out the stamps from the collection. It's got some label stamps that I'm thinking about using, but also some sentiments that will work with this page. And then also some border stamps. I want to use this border stamp along the edges of the large journal card, and I'm going to use Flirty Fuchsia from Catherine Pooler because it matches the purple perfectly. And I'm going to create a border along both edges, and I really think that that helped to ground this portion of the layout and tie everything together. It kind of mimics the background paper, but because it's in purple, it kind of creates a big box on my journaling block with that Noteworthy acrylic and the heart at the bottom to sort of just make it all feel enclosed and a place to write where things aren't going to fall off the edge of the page. Because of the background paper that I chose from the Cactus Moon collection, that journal box, like, there was no defined edge. It just kind of bled right into the background, and it was kind of bothering me. So I stamped right on the photo twice. So I'm just going to keep going with it. The way that I print photos at home, this gets pretty sticky and can be kind of dangerous. So I have to really carefully pull off the stamp. It says just having a nice day. So again, more snark. And I decided that it's just kind of floating in space there. So I'm going to take the circle label stamp and I'm going to stamp a circle, half circle, I suppose, around that sentiment. I really like the way that that looks. So I decided to do it here too. And the way that the two nest together when it's closed just makes me so happy. That is so fun. But I'm still not loving the stamp at the top here, or on the top of the photo that's underneath. So I'm going to start surrounding this page with, or this photo with some cactus, just to pull into the cactus from the other side to this side and to give the cluster a little bit more depth. There was a lot of extra space with that journal card in the background as a mat, and so I want to make sure that I fill in some of that space. So I'm going to put this one right on top, and when I do, I have to pull off that super duper, and then I have an epiphany, and I move it right down on top of that stamp. Now that I have some extra clustering in there, it works really well, and I like that a lot better. I'm going to use some of these enamel dots just to make some little blingy spots around these clusters. Oh, I love how those stamps look together when they're nested like that. It's so fun how they're, you know, alike but different as well. It's so cute. I like it. I'm going to do the same thing again up here at the top. I like bringing in a little bit of the blue. There's so much like lilac, purple here that bringing in just a touch more of the blue really helps to make it not so monotone. I'm going to draw some loose journaling lines. I'll journal off camera, and you'll see it in the photos at the end, but I decided that I need something down there in that bottom left corner where that watercolor paper is. So I'm going to do Lucky You're Cute with the other label stamp and some alphabets from the sticker sheets. So it's going to say Lucky You're Cute, and I think that that filled in that space pretty well. Also, it gave it another like little spot of darkness, like black. The dark spot up in the top right is blue, but I felt like it helped ground it just a little bit more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. And there's a link to Cocoa Daisy and Colorcast in the description box below. All right, thank you.